tinnitus. If you are experiencing the common distress of tinnitus, you have likely suffered through this specific nightmare. You are enjoying a deep, restorative sleep, only to be suddenly awakened by the urge to use the bathroom. But the moment your body leaves the comfort of the bed, the tinnitus noise inside your head seems to spike, becoming frighteningly loud and piercing. This is not a minor inconvenience. For many, this nocturnal spike is the worst aspect of the condition, transforming a simple trip to the bathroom into an anxiety-ridden event that severely compromises sleep quality. We must understand why this happens before we can implement the solution. The typical daytime environment, with its background hum of traffic, air conditioning, and conversation, provides sufficient acoustic contrast to mask the ringing. However, when you awaken at 2 a.m., the house is enveloped in near absolute silence, and this lack of external sound means the tinnitus becomes the only input to the auditory cortex. The tinnitus isn't necessarily louder, but the perception of its loudness increases exponentially because there is no competing sound. Compounding this environmental silence is a sudden shift in your body's physiology. Abrupt awakening activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight-or-flight response. This triggers the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which heighten the sensitivity of the central nervous system and its connections to the limbic system, the brain's emotional center. This state of alertness and anxiety causes the brain to pay more attention to the internal noise, making the tinnitus sound far more intense. Adding to this is a psychological factor. If you have experienced this spike before, you will anticipate it, creating preemptive anxiety that further fuels the cycle. The nighttime trip, therefore, is the perfect storm, a silent environment combined with a heightened, stressed, physiological state. Our solution is to implement targeted sound therapy designed specifically to break this vicious cycle of anxiety, noise, and sleeplessness during those crucial few minutes. The first step is preparation, setting up a bedside toolkit. A dedicated sound machine is ideal. It should be placed nearby and preset so it can be activated in the dark with a single touch. The type of sound is critical. Avoid harsh or sharply varying sounds. Instead, opt for low-level background noise like a gentle fan or soft rain, or a type of broadband noise such as pink noise, a smooth, steady hum. Crucially, the volume must be set lower than the perceived tinnitus level. The goal is to gently reduce the startling contrast of silence, not replace the ringing with a new, intrusive noise. When the inevitable awakening occurs, follow a simple, powerful three-step strategy. Step 1. Activate the sound source within the first 5 seconds. As soon as you open your eyes and realize you need to get up, immediately turn on the preset sound. The purpose is to substitute the absolute silence with a gentle background noise, instantly mitigating the body's alarm response. Step 2. Utilize the sound during the trip. Keep the sound playing as you move to and from the bathroom. Focus your attention on the external noise, reaffirming to yourself that your brain is now engaged with that external signal. This maintains the necessary auditory distraction throughout the period you are awake. Step 3. Return to bed and enhance relaxation. Do not turn off the sound immediately upon returning to bed. Instead, let the sound continue for at least 5 to 10 minutes while you practice a simple relaxation technique, like slow, controlled breathing. Inhale for 4, exhale for 6. The sound acts as a sonic bridge, guiding your nervous system to transition from an alert state back to a resting state, allowing the tinnitus to safely fade back into the background. To maximize the long-term effectiveness of this strategy, you must train your brain for habituation. Start by running the same sound machine when you initially fall asleep. This teaches your brain to associate the specific sound with relaxation and sleep. Furthermore, avoid checking your phone or turning on bright lights during the nocturnal trip, as blue light stimulates wakefulness and worsens the perception of tinnitus. By consistently applying this targeted sound therapy, you are effectively modifying your auditory environment, reducing the stress response, and most importantly, regaining control over the moments that once robbed you of precious sleep.